getting to your next belt, and pretty much you guys gotta understand, look, once you hit like white belt, there's no expectations. Once you hit blue belt, obviously the level goes up a little bit. You know what I mean? The difference between a day one white belt and the last day blue belt is day one blue belt and the last day blue belt is so high, you can't even compare. You know what I mean? Especially in our gym, you know, like David started with me from white belt, Sergo started with me from white belt, and I'm just talking like the initial OG group of us, you know.
Stay till black.
Huh?
Stay till black.
I really hope so. I really hope so, because that's what I want from you guys. But my point is, take David 2.5 years ago, take Sergo 2.5 years ago, and put him up against himself, it wouldn't even be close. Now, from the blue to purple jump, that's the hardest stretch that you can have in jiu-jitsu. The hardest. There's a real stat that says like 75% of people that hit purple belt will eventually get their black belts. Because the threshold from white to blue is very simple, right? You come in for a year, you're gonna get better. Once you get the basics down, you're pretty much a blue belt. That's what the initial idea of it was. But the jump from blue to purple is so significant, because the way that I came up and the way that our gym was brought up was like, once you hit blue belt, you start building a game, right? You're good at what you're good at. So if you get a black belt, say, in your game, you should be able to catch them because you're just so good at that spot. And then that's from the white to blue again, beginning stuff. Blue to purple, you start building that game. Purple to brown, you start getting good at stuff that you weren't good at before. For example, if you're a good leg locker, you start working upper body. If you're a good upper body guy, you start working leg locks. You find the missing link. Brown to black, the biggest thing that I found wasn't so much offensively, but was defensively. When you hit like brown to black, you learn how to make your defense your offense. So you can roll 30 minutes, say, but your defenses are so sharp. You know how to take that little breath here and there. You know your spots to where you don't get caught, but you can go forever. That's why sometimes when I line all you guys up and I do a Shark Tank of 2 minutes apiece, that was the biggest thing I'm trying to prove to you guys. It's not like one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm a different level than you. That means nothing. But what I want you guys to start seeing is the little increments, right? I'm way more comfortable here with you on top of me than I am here with you on top of me. So if you pass my guard and I'm chilling here, I can sit here. Coach Phil will tell you this, you can sit here all day. Because I'm either going to recover, I'm going to come up to my knees, or I'm going to find a scramble. But when you go chest to chest and the guy beats me to this position, now my fight is to make that small movement to get to where I'm comfortable.
I can tell you firsthand, when he was getting ready for that last match, like I was like, when I say thugging out on him, I was using every ounce of muscle and strength I had to flatten him out. He got so good at getting to his side that he just became such a pain in the ass. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and like that's just a simple example, right? To where you can get to a spot and just chill, and you can last. And then, you know, there's different levels to it too. Like I really believe, even once you get black belt, there's like a black belt, and then I'm 2 years in, and you take me now and go, say Goku, you're competing against that guy from 2-3 years ago, or even just as an instructor, as a teacher, it's night and day. Like, I feel myself progressing in different things. I might not be the same athlete as I was, but mentally I'm so much sharper because I really am starting to understand what this sport is, what this game is. And I feel like, you know, my teaching style has changed a lot, and my teaching style has become better. And you guys have done awesome and showed out, and, you know, gave me a little bit of like a clarity on how I should do things, you know what I mean? Because you guys are the ones that are testing what we're trying out there, or, you know, whatever. And my point with it is, every rank you take up has significant level change. And you guys need to be ready for that. You guys need to embrace that, and you guys need to understand that if you go in there and you're content with just getting promoted to blue belt, just getting promoted to purple belt, just getting promoted to brown belt, or even just getting promoted to black belt, then you might as well stop trying and stop coming in. Because the day you're content with it is the day that you're never going to progress. And if you're not going to progress, you're going to get figured out like this.
Do you mind if I add something to that?
Yes, sir.
When I work, I travel all over the place, so, sometimes I stop at schools all over the country. I train other places, and I gotta be honest with you, Gokor and, the whole Hayeston group are probably some of the toughest graders I've seen out there. Like, if you got a blue belt under him, you're a solid friggin' blue belt. If you got a purple belt, you're a solid friggin' purple belt. Because I gotta be honest with you, I roll with guys, like, they'll be purple belt, or they'll be brown belt, and it's kind of like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, how'd they get that belt? And if you ask them, have you taken some time off? Oh, no, I've been, blah, blah. And you try to figure out how the hell they got to be a brown belt, and they can't even defend basic attacks.
So like I really believe in quality control. I believe that there is anomalies. I believe that there are certain people that are going to grade faster than others, just because they're better athletes or better practitioners. Like I wouldn't say better athletes, but like their head is more into it. You know what I mean? I've promoted guys that to blue belt, for example, after 6 months of training, and I've promoted guys to blue belt after 2 years of training. It's because the commitment level and the mental the mental comprehension of stuff, like they mentally comprehend what I'm saying better, and they're trying to learn it more. And that's just, again, just don't be content. That's my biggest thing, right? Some of you guys are getting your purple belts today. Some of you guys are getting your blue belts today. Some of you guys are getting stripes. The day in life where you're okay with where you're at is the day you're done. You should never be okay with where you're at. Whether it be in here, whether it be outside at work, whether it be your home life, whatever it may be. If you're just like, this is good enough, then you're done. You really are. I went in from, teaching freaking 2-3 classes a day to here 14 hours a day at times, most of the days. I'm literally putting in 14 hours because I found a gap where I can make myself better in. So I'm really trying. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing I'm gonna tell you guys. I don't really sit there and try to, well, I am freaking Yoda, but I don't sit there and try to give you guys pep talks and shit like this all the time, but there's a point to it. So, with that being said,